For the last 2 days, as social media fiercely debated Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's activist-style politics by sitting on dharna for nearly 2 days, demanding action against those policemen, of which there were at least 2 of them who had refused to make arrests on the orders of the Law Minister Somnath against the Africans who were accused of running a drug and sex racket in a South Delhi colony. This was part of the larger demand by AAP Party to ask for control of the Delhi police, which currently lies with the centre. But with the 2 cops being sent on extended leave pending a fast-track inquiry by the LG, on social media there is now a growing cry, even amongst some of their fiercest supporters of the AAP Party, to now take action against their own Law Minister who faces allegations of racism, vigilantism, misogyny and using abusive language. But so far the party has remained completely silent on those allegations. For a party that stakes its claim to power on a plank that its politics is different from the other parties, will they be able to break the pattern of double standards that's a constant criticism against our parties? It's now under a close microscope as people wait to see if and what action they will take against their own leader. So on the social network today, we discuss Somnath style. Is the AAP Party any different, and what action will they take on their minister, and will that reveal if the party is any different? You can tweet us live on our Twitter handle at TSN on NDTV. But just to give you a sense of why so many people are in fact outraging, a petition has in fact been moved on avaz.org. It's a petition which has been signed by leading academicians. And let's take a quick look at that petition. It says, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, we call upon you to remove Delhi Law Minister Somnath immediately. And it talks quickly about why this is important. It says the 4 key demands, it says are: remove him from his position as Law Minister immediately, punish all those, including Somnath guilty of instigating and perpetrating racist and sexual violence on African women. Delhi police must come under Delhi government, but Delhi police must be accountable to the constitution and not to the bidding of ministers and mobs. Meet and apologize to the Ugandan women who have complained of racist and sexual violence. All right, and a lot of the buzz on Twitter today is in fact asking for pretty much the same things, and a lot of people are waiting and watching to see what Arvind Kejriwal and the AAP Party is going to do. To give you a sense of what people are actually saying and talking about, let's quickly listen into a couple of the video blogs that have come.
If allegations against Somnath are true, then this is going to be a litmus test for AAP Party. They can either send a clear message to the city by removing this person from his position and from the party that no violence against women will be tolerated, no matter if it's the minister, a leading leader of the party or anyone. Or they can fail us, the voters who believe in this honest party.
He has already been served a show cause notice by the Bar Council of Delhi. He is reportedly committed an offence under IPC 228A also by naming the Danish rape victim. No FIR has been registered so far. In the Ugandan case, he has been identified, and the National Commission for Women and the Delhi Commission for Women has already issued notices to him. He is also a violator of Section 144 by participating in the agitation at Rail Bhavan, where a lot of microphones and other things were also used. Now, somebody who knows the law cannot deserve any mercy. And by the same standards, they were asking the resignations of the cops. Mr. Bharti must resign pending all these investigations.
And also Rajneel Kamath has sent in his views to us. He said the AAP Party in Somnath lost the moral high ground to protest for women's security when Bharti himself led a vigilant group against the Ugandan women and made one of them urinate in public, outraging her modesty. He's also gone on to say that AAP did high-octane drama and blocked Delhi just to send 2 officers on leave. If the cops should be on leave because they can influence the impartial probe, then Bharti too should step aside as minister till the probe is over. AAP needs to practice what they love to preach to the others. All right, so we're going to put that question straight across to Preeti Sharma, who joins us on the show. She is an Aam Aadmi Party member. She joins us from Mumbai. We've also got with us Astha Chauhan, who is an artist. She's written a blog about racism in that South Delhi locality, which has in fact been shared extensively online. And we're also joined by Saikat Ghosh, who is a member of the CPM. Preeti, I want to start with you first. You know, I want to take off from what Rajneel has said, which you being somebody who's very active on social media has also seen that the kind of tweets that are coming out, the kind of comments that are coming out, the kind of opinions that are coming out are basically saying the same thing. AAP needs to practice what they love to preach to others. What would you say to that?
We'll definitely do that. Whatever we say, we will stand by it always. But I think what's happening over here is a huge amount of misrepresentation of the facts as they really took place. Firstly, this whole demand that Somnath Bharti should be suspended pending an inquiry. Somnath Bharti is not conducting the inquiry, and nor is he in a position to influence the inquiry, because the inquiry is not happening under him. We require the suspension of the police officers because the police is conducting the inquiry. So whenever they are involved in an inquiry, it is natural that you ask police officers who are part of the entire scheme of things to be removed from that inquiry. Somnath Bharti is not part of that machinery at all. He is not involved in the inquiry in any way. It is a judicial inquiry being done with the police force. It has nothing to do with him. So he is not going to influence it. That's one. The second thing is, this entire statements being made very irresponsibly about how he treated women or how he made racial slurs. If there is any proof against it, if there is any tangible proof other than all these just maligning statements, we will take swift action against him. We are completely against any racist slurs. We understand that in Delhi there is a lot of intolerance towards people of different races. In fact, Indian ethnic races have also been mistreated in Delhi, and we totally are against any kind of racist statements or even any racist thinking. We will not allow it. If anything is proven against him, there will be action taken.
Saket, one of the women who was in fact involved in that has today spoken and said that the person who was leading that lot of people, that mob on Wednesday night, was in fact the local MLA, which is Somnath Bharti.
See, I tend to agree with the lady who spoke before me, saying that suspension, the demand for suspension is a bit of an exaggeration, because I completely agree with her that Somnath Bharti is not going to be able to influence the course of the inquiry, and therefore this demand for suspension doesn't really hold any ground on that sense. As far as the allegations are concerned, you see, only one side of the picture is being projected time and again by the media. There are certain allegations that have been made, and let those allegations be inquired into. There are also allegations that the police have been hand in glove with a drug ring out there, and those allegations are not being looked into. One is forced to conclude, looking at the media coverage of the event, that it's very one-sided, and therefore it is a kind of a systematic kind of an attack against the AAP and we have been seeing this attack getting triggered off ever since the AAP took the decision to scrap FDI and retail in Delhi.
Yeah, but we're talking specifically about this particular incident, Saikat, and in this particular incident, Somnath Bharti, as Astha, you interacted with him a couple of days before this incident took place, right?
Yes, me and a few friends of ours were planning to do an international Khidki festival of culture with dance and music and food, and wanted him to help us get permissions from the DDA for a piece of land in Khidki, and that's why we met him. Yes.
And you had also, you were telling me in your article, you talk extensively about the fact that you did talk to him about racism as an issue that exists in Khidki extension. You had spoken to him about intervening on that particular front. What sort of a response did you get on that?
I had been speaking about the fact that there has been racial violence against our African friends for a while now, way before the party got elected. It had nothing to do really with the election. In 2012, in fact, a friend of ours, her bar was completely vandalized by a mob that just came and did all of this. Smashed her place, took her alcohol, stole her laptop. So incidents have been going on for a while, and I was trying to work with the Delhi police. In fact, I had written to the chief of Delhi police to request his intervention again pre-election. And since Mr. Bharti got elected, we decided to ask him if he would like to intervene as well.
And what sort of response did you get on that, Astha?
Well, he said he would find out for himself what's happening, because he'd had a lot of complaints from the local residents against the African community and felt that we were the only people, me and my friend Malini, who had actually spoken in defense of the African community.
So what did you make? Sorry, Saikat, you wanted to say?
Yeah, I just want to come in on two counts here. One is that, you know, when you use words like racism or vigilantism, these are very loaded words. An incident that indicates a certain kind of a maladjustment within a local community, that incident needs to be dealt with sensitively. It needs to be dealt with by involving the local community.
But did you feel
and
that
the
his
people
handling of the incident was sensitive and
no.
proper?
I mean, I want to come into that in a bit of a time. I think that there has been some kind of an excess involved on the part of Somnath Bharti, and the way he led kind of a mob, and the way he took the law onto his hands.
But isn't that what everybody is demanding? That, you know, how can a law minister of a state?
One sec. Let's move on it step by step. I'm saying that racism is too big a charge. I mean, just because some kind of a sporadic incident takes place in, say, you know, Australia, the entire Australian society does not become racist. Similarly,
But that's exactly what the charge he's facing is, isn't it, Astha?
I'm not sure of the charges he's facing or what the media has been able to tell us, because it is a bit confusing. In fact, there are stories that there were 4 women, whether they were all Ugandan, they were Nigerian, or there were 7 of them. There was one boy from another country. So it's really a bit confusing to me, and right now the AAP politics is just being drummed up too much. The fact remains that, like Shaukat said, it's something that needs to be dealt with at a much more sensitive and involved level, in terms of involving the community, and this is a disparate community, Khirki has always been, and looking at it in a much larger way than let's just fire the guy.
Fire the guy. All right.